Welcome to the Open to Hope show. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Horsley, with my daughter and co-host,
Dr. Heidi Horsley.
This show is brought to you by the Open to Hope Foundation and the Compassionate Friend.
We're doing a show called Dealing with Grief Through Art.
Welcome back to Real Moms, Real Stories, Real Savvy. With all the controversy and media attention surrounding vaccines today, there seems to be more questions than answers.
You cannot expect your doctor to know these details. Pediatricians do not learn this stuff in medical school.
Why can't you?
Well, today we're going to talk about some cleaning tips. The first thing I would suggest is that you're going to want to kill germs.
Having a baby changes everything. The way I think has changed, the way I buy has changed, my needs have changed.
I have a child that she's still sleeping in the bed with us, and how do you get sexy, with the baby still in the bed?
Your home needs to be based on your marriage, not on your kids.
What fascinated me was the enormous transition into motherhood, the transition that women go through from achieving pregnancy, going through pregnancy, choosing their way of birthing, and then all the questions that come along with how to raise their children.
Little boys are very anxious. Little girls are very anxious. What are they anxious about? That they've got their people, that their mother's around.
Just hearing another mom's perspective, even if her issues differ from yours, is so reassuring.
Hi, Kate. It's so great to have you on the show today.
Oh, thanks so much for inviting me.
Now, how did you get into the filmmaking? You do beautiful work. I love that, moms. How did you start with the mom theme?
Well, I was inspired to start my own company actually when my father passed away, 2003. And I'd been thinking about it for a while, but as you know, starting your own business takes a lot of courage and creativity. And something was holding me back. But when he passed away, I just thought to myself, what are you waiting for? Life is so short. So I started my own company, and I'd already been working with two of the largest nursing organizations in the country, the Association of Women's Health, Obstetric and Neonatal Nurses, and the American College of Nurse Midwives. And I was fascinated with the whole story around birth. And I also learned that the first 1,001 days of our life set us up as an adult. So basically what happens to us during the 9 months of pregnancy in the first 2 years of our life is the groundwork for how we will become an adult, whether we'll have self-confidence, what type of person we'll become if we'll even go to college. And this study was done in England, actually. 1,001 Critical Days is a manifesto. And they studied the effect of stress on the mother during pregnancy in the first 2 years.
Wow.
It reminded me that my mother was under incredible stress when she was pregnant with her 5th child, because my father actually left her during that period. And unfortunately, my sister, who is the youngest, had an awful lot of difficulty growing up. She actually attempted suicide twice.
Wow.
So knowing all of this about the importance of motherhood and the maternal influence on a child, I wanted to create content and a television show and a community around that television show that gave women a place to come and convene.
Now you're moving to the idea of widowhood.
Exactly. I'm working with a very dear friend of mine who you had on the show recently, Dawn Giosi, who is so inspirational to me, and I'm so proud to be working with her. Her story's amazing. She lost her husband in a tragic accident, and she was a very successful businesswoman and a mother of 2 beautiful children. I know her children very well. And of course, this brought her to her knees, and she has been through an enormous amount of grief during that period. But I see a woman who's transformed now, and she's been through an incredible journey, and now has dedicated her life to helping other people go through loss and help them on their journey see that they can have hope if they're open to hope, and if they want to start their life again, we're going to show them the path through a project called A New Dawn. And the documentary that we're going to make together is not only Dawn telling her story, but it's also meeting with other people who've come out of loss and grief on the other side, have really positive messages, and they will act as an inspiration to others to also find a way to heal. And we're setting up an online community, and we're going to give people the tools to start their own groups. And Dawn's going to show them what she went through in her process that they can do as well. Journaling was something that was very important. She was also invited to join a slightly renegade group of widows that was an experiment at the time by an author called Becky Aikman. And Becky had had a bad experience in widows groups.
How would people find you and your work?
So A New Dawn, newdawn.com is where they can find the community. We're going to be starting making the documentary this winter. We're going to be traveling around the country. We're launching our Indiegogo campaign for the movie. So if you come to our website, you'll find the information there.
And give us your website again.
It's new-dawn.com. We're looking for stories, so if anybody has any inspirational stories or they know someone.
Stories of widows and widowers?
Yes, both.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, I want to thank you guys for all being on the show and for the hope that you bring to people.
Yes.
I think it's so important, don't you, Heidi?
Oh, absolutely. And I love the creative outlets that you bring to people as well.
Thank you, guys. Really fabulous. And art is such an important thing.
And
As I
thank
said,
you for what
it
you're
brings
doing
hope.
for everyone as well, giving us all hope and bringing us all together.
Well, we love it. And we love interviewing people that have gone on to transform their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really important. And we want to thank you for watching the show today. And as Heidi, I always want to remind you that if you've lost hope, please lean on ours till you find your own, and come and visit us at opentohope.com. God bless.